There we go. And now, Jabroni Studios, in association with Big Herm Productions, is proud to present to you, recording from an undisclosed location in Oakdale, Connecticut, it's Chris Burns, it's Chris Lynch, this is Dysfunction Junction.
There are ways to rectify erectile dysfunction. Well, we'll talk a little about that.
Damn near killed him.
You can buy a little blue pill, or you can go to a strip club. Don't go to these strip clubs. We're taking a tour around the world to some of the world's most famous cities, and we're going to take a walk back down memory lane as we revisit one of our favorite haunts and get some updated reviews from it. But from me to all of you, welcome, you sick sons of bitches, to Dysfunction Junction.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. That's what I like to hear. Chris Burns, down below me is the Possum King himself.
Hello, Chris Lynch.
And, of course, the producer extraordinaire, the man with no hair, the man who gets the Papa Shango treatment just before I say his name. It's Big Herm, Michael P.S. Herman.
What is up?
Before I do want you to tell the nice folks why you're smiling so big. I want the folks to tell you why you're smiling so big. I'll tell you why I'm smiling so big. Lynch and I are going on a field trip on Sunday. We're going to a mystical, magical place far away. Not really. We're going to Mohegan Sun Arena. One of our listeners, Jen Sizer, texts me out of nowhere and says, hey, do you want 2 tickets to the show this weekend? What day? Sunday. Hey, I'm off Sunday. Okay. She's going to send me the tickets electronically. She's going to do the thing. Lynch and I are going to see the Gene Simmons Band at Mohegan Sun Arena Sunday night at 8 p.m. And I know some of you are thinking, the fuck good is Gene Simmons without Kiss?
It's just a bunch of clones. It's just a bunch of Gene clones, and they've all been trained. They're like little. It's like animatronics. They revamped some old Disney animatronics.
Buy your Kiss coffin at www.kiss.com.
It's not the
Kiss coffee.
Piece to Abe Lincoln and to William H. Taft.
You beat me to it. It's not.
Grab your
the Hall of Presidents.
And
grab your cod piece at www.jeansimmons.com.
A couple of old Chuck E. Cheese animatrons, and it's a hell of a show. It really is. It's fire, cod pieces, and feathers. It's
I don't know what the show is like, but
Geritol.
I'm looking forward to it. His band is tight.
Silver.
Joe from Podcast Rock City, my friend in Atlanta, went to the show, said it was great. There were some surprises. It's not a straight Kiss show, thank God. It's just him having fun. And then I had to think about this for a minute. Dude just turned 76 years old, and he's out there having fun. Good for him. Good for him. And I don't mind going to see a free show. I'm certainly not going to buy the $12,000, be a roadie for a day, meet and greet, get a free bass gimmick. Although if Herm wants to, he certainly can. You could. I think he's rolling through Denver next month. So I'm looking forward to it. I haven't seen Gene on stage without makeup live since 1992. Also, I've never seen a Gene Simmons solo show. I saw the Paul Stanley solo show twice. Easy for me to say, but I'm glad you're coming along with me, and I think we're gonna have a good time.
So glad I was available. As I know, within the week coming after that, we're going to see Nicotine Dolls in Boston, and I think we're going to fucking Kelly Clarkson taping in New York.
By Winston.
Nicotine Dolls. It's a guy, Sam Searcy. He auditioned for America's Got Talent, and as soon as he started singing, you're like, "Holy shit!" The voice that voice is coming out of that guy. And I saw it on a YouTube short, and then I dug. You know me in YouTube. I dive down rabbit holes, and his band is tight. They passed him through to the next round, coming through the second week, and they wanted him to entirely change his act and how he does things, and he's like, no, this is us. This is how we do it. I'm not going to change for shit, and just left the show.
Good for him. And
has made amazing trails in the last 3-4 years since then. And again, I found a guy I found by accident on YouTube who one of my favorite artists. talented musician, singer, guitar player, blah blah blah. So we're going to see them, and we're going to see Kelly Clarkson. Hopefully, actually record a show this time in New York City the following week. So we got
Kelly Clarkson.
Lynch has got some things in the pipeline for entertainment over the next 2 weeks.
Say her name and she appears. Jen is in the comment section. We just got through praising you, Jen. Thank you so much.
You human being.
Thank you so much for those tickets.
You
We
are
are looking
lovely
forward
human.
to it. Yes.
More lovely than these two clowns I'm sitting with. That's for sure.
That goes without saying.
Well,
Also,
she is
Jen,
female and
also for Jen, you have to let us know when you're going to do the disgusting word phrase gimmick of the month going forward. So we are prepared to hear the disgusting word phrase gimmick of the month going forward. I have to be prepared for it. You can't just bring it on us like last time.
Today's word is moist.
Not that kind of word, idiot. I'm talking about what was the last one? Wolf bagging? Moist is a great word.
Oh, that word. Ugh. Yeah.
Moist is a fantastic word. How's your cake? Moist.
Moist.
It's the weather outside. Moist.
Moist.
How's your crotchal region? Moist.
Moist.
The more I say it, the more I see the hairs fall out of the back of Lynch's head every fucking time.
I don't mind it. I like saying it to piss other people off because I used to work with a girl at the casino who hated the word. So I would throw it in conversation anytime I could.
There was two dudes I used to work with at the Ben, and one dude hated the word. So as a goof, because we had to wear a tie, he got a tie and it had the words moist, little, all the way to it looked like a polka dotted tie. So he got up. He's like, "Hey, Mark, do you like my tie?" And dude would roll in and, "Oh no, it's moist!" And dude, Eric flipped out. He just wasn't ready for that.
But yeah, it's a big day today when I walked into work. We'll go to punch in.
You have 5 minutes to tell your smile story, then Herm, then the rest.
I looked at the bottom line number and I'm like, that can't be right. That can't be right. No, I got my commissions. Decent quarter.
You don't even need to tell the number. You just need to say that you're happy.
Work is good. I mean, sometimes I come home from it, I'm like, fuck that place, blah, 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 blah. But then in retrospect, on a day like today, you look and like, well, I worked my ass off to do that. And, some people say, oh, you sit at a desk all day. No, I don't. 60% of my time is spent in a warehouse sweating my balls off, packing shit and building pallets and moving thousands of pounds of this onto that pallet and this pound to that pallet. And you know what? Hard work pays off.
Jen says,
I'm not doing too bad for a 52-year-old guy.
Not bad at all. Jen says, moist is like the word cunt. It only has value if you care about the opinion of who's saying it. How true is that?
It's very valid. That's a very valid point.
That's the American usage.
I know.
Of cunt or moist?
A moist cunt.
I like both of those words
together.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear dry twat. That's what Herm's saying.
I use the word cunt in the kitchen a lot. We use it very much in the kitchen, the English usage. Yes, it's a name for that, but it doesn't have the negative connotation. It's the way we would say, "Hey, you fuck," and we're as indignant. Like, there's a billion ways to use that word the English way, and none of them are.
Are you fucking tapped, cunt?
Yeah, like you can use it
like you're off your game, dumb cunt.
Right, and you can use it and
step it up, cunt.
Yeah, but you also use it the same way. You like as a term of endearment to your buddies in the kitchen.
What's up, my C word?
Yeah,
what's up, my moist cunt?
Very similar, but we use it a lot in the kitchen because we tend to use
a moist maker.
Yeah, the English version.
The moist maker.
Like you're it's kind of like it's the South Park usage of fag.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. What would you do if a bunch of guys on Harleys rode by rubbing their engines?
A bunch of fags.
Those are fags.
Call a homosexual a fag? No. What are you nuts? What's wrong with you? Why would you call somebody fag? Well, like, are they riding their Harley Davidson and up and down the street and revving it real loud and doing dumb shit like that? Well, then they're a fag.
Those are
That's
fag.
it. Like, we don't use the word. That's the usage. I never use it to describe a woman derogatorily. Oh, this dumb. It's almost always used like the way I use the N-word. It's the thing that's frustrating me at the time. It's my phone not working. It's I gotta be to work and my car won't start. This nigga won't start. Fuck.
Yep.
Are you good? It's whatever the annoyance is. It has nothing to do. It's same way. In the same way with that version of the C word. It's never used that way. It's always used as like, oh, you're irritating shit.
At different times during life, I have, and I know Herm has, because we used to do it. We were roommates, and I know that Lynch has done it. You call each other on the phone. Sup, bitch? What's going on, bitch?
Yeah.
It's like bitch. It's. I'm not saying you are a bitch or a son of a bitch or anything. Sup, bitch? What's going on, bitch? Sup, bitches?
Yeah, or just someone says something out of public. Bitch, have you lost your mind?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, absolutely.
And the one that I think it was you, not Herm, Lynch, that taught me this one. Don't be an asshole, asshole.
Yeah, don't be an asshole, you asshole.
Yeah, you throw it on the end of the sentence as an accentuator.
Did you guys see that they made a fucking another Karate Kid movie?
Yes, May 30th in theaters.
Yeah, with Jackie Chan.
And Ralph Macchio.
Macchiato.
Yeah,
Ralph Caramel Macchiato.
And Ralph Starbucks.
Yes, Ralph Pistachio and Jackie Chan.
And I saw a behind the scenes in a trailer for the Rock's new movie about the guy from the UFC.
Mark Kerr.
Mark Kerr, smashing the team.
Ooh.
Holy shit! Holy shit! I don't give The Rock a lot of credit for most things. He's actually acting in that.
Oh yeah, his body is always taut, but the makeup that they use to square off his jaw, like Mark Kerr, the hair, the forehead, because Mark Kerr had that. I don't know what you call it, like that Frankenstein forehead.
He just borrowed some horse contour kit.
Well, whether or not
that's how they make their tits look bigger than they really are.
When I saw the trailer,
contour kit, it's all smoke and mirrors and makeup.
Shut up, Herm.
Titties are shut up, Herm.
When I saw that trailer until the end, I didn't know that was The Rock because they never really show him straight faced. It's always to the side. He's always, in the fighting position. And then toward the end of the trailer, you see his face. It's like, fuck, that's The Rock.
And the scene where he's actually, where they show he's shaved his head, and he looks straight in the camera, looked exactly like Mark Kerr did at that time.
Not like you, Herm.
Holy shit! So I'm actually interested in seeing. I'm actually interested in seeing that.
Herm's throwing you the people's eyebrow. Well, congratulations on your bonus, sir. And Herm, what is your reason to smile today?
I wrote a check.
A very big check.
Fantastic. What was it for?
I went up.
I took a shit. Does it matter?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Giant Chinese dildos.
What did you do today? I wrote a check. That's it.
Things you do every day that doesn't need to be celebrated by Michael P.S. Herman.
Well, that's the thing. I never write a check. I have to write a physical check for this. It's such a large amount that the bank doesn't allow it to go through either as a credit or as a debit charge. I had to write a physical, old school, like my mom and dad would have used check today. That was
When was the last time you actually wrote a check, Herm?
Well, this was the fourth check out of the estate checkbook that's been written. Let's put it that way.
So a couple of years.
I've been dead 2.5 years.
A couple of years.
It's
been so long, I don't even know where my checks are. They're somewhere in this house.
Yeah, and I think checks were like his funeral and his for the lawyer and probably something else I paid for, but that's it. No, we went up to Colorado Springs. The Gold Wing has been delivered to the dealership from Japan that I ordered. We went in, we finalized a deal. I wrote him a big check. Bought a bunch of accessories and whatnot and got a really good deal. And they got to put everything together. And hopefully I should be able to go pick it up next week.
In about a week and a half, his cunt will be moist riding his new Goldwing.
It's good. I can't really honk on it just yet. I got to take it easy for the first 600 miles.
Oh, I know.
He's going to use all those words on that bike. Somebody cuts him off, it'll be cunt, seats moist, tells his wife, get on the back, bitch. And his wife is not a bitch. She's a wonderful woman. I would never say anything disparaging about her. Thank you very much.
Oh, it's like the goddamn it's there's more buttons and knobs and switches on the thing, and it's like firing up the Millennium Falcon. It's like
I was going to ask, did you buy the space shuttle? And that's just to start the bike. He just bought himself a NASCAR race car. Back in the day, they flipped one switch. Watch, gentlemen, start your engines now. Pop down. Pop down.
It's everywhere. The controls have like modes and all kinds of shit, and there's buttons everywhere.
Houston to Herm, pre-flight check-in, engines. You're going to fire off engines. Firing engine one. Beep.
Pretty much, like you can, turn on the
Denver, we have a problem.
The seat heaters, the passenger and the driver's seat heaters are controlled from there. The grip heaters are all there. There's settings for that. It's got they introduced Android Auto and Apple CarPlay into it this year with its own screen.
Don't make the mistake of turning your fucking heated seat on in the middle of fucking summer.
Oh, I don't turn them on.
Right?
I don't use them. The only time I get caught up with them is if Jen leaves hers on in her car. I don't do seat heaters. It's not you can't get it with a seat heater for just the rear. It just comes with seat heaters. I'll never use mine. I
only use mine for my back.
No, I'll use grip heaters, but I'll never ever use a seat heater. But then I got some embellishments for it. I bought some extra shit, trunk liners, luggage liners, trunk
Bling.
organizers, undercarriage LED lights for when you approach and it lights your way, like shit. It's the Mercedes of motorcycles. I put some bells, the pretty bells and whistles on it, but that's it.
I'm happy for you. You've been looking forward to that.
Yeah, it knows when I walk up to it with a key and it unlocks and lights itself up. And I had him put a light in for the trunk for Jen looking the stuff.
He's got Knight Rider on two wheels. Hello, Michael.
Pretty much. It's got the thing in the helmet and we can just talk. Jen can talk. I can talk up to 8 other riders in a group in a selection intercom from bike to bike within about 1.5 mile range.
I told you, he just bought his own NASCAR gimmick. Jen's his spotter. Clear right.
Coming up hot on left, go low. I
mean, it's got the adaptable. It has adaptable cruise controls, so it slows down and gasses up. If the car in front of me slows down, it slows down, and then it gasses back.
My wife's car has that.
Onboard displays.
Jen just came in. She said, Jeff just gave my freewheeler her first bath and fluid change. So after the 15th, when it's legal, I'll be riding. Very nice.
Nice.
Jen likes her motorcycles too.
What's a freewheeler?
It's one of those motorcycles. I don't fucking know. Ask Jen. Jen, what's a freewheeler? We'll work on that. But right now, it's a trike, so I can take Jack for rides because he loves the bike. Okay, maybe it's a trike, I guess.
Oh, all right.
So, Jen, we know you like motorcycles. We know you like rock and roll. Anybody else? Dude, first things first, if you're watching this, hit that little arrow button down below and share the show because we want to have some fun. We're about to take a trip. Herm, do you have the music ready?
YouTube, hit like.
Yes,
I don't have
subscribe.
either of the tracks anymore because because it's different. I never actually owned those tracks. I don't have them.
Give me a second. I'll work on this.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, bring Sparkle to the stage. Sparkle.
Bring Sparkle to the stage. Put Cinnamon in the cage. All right. And where
Dusty.
are we?
We're beating Dusty.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen,
He's
if you can hear this
tonight, boys.
Welcome to One Star Strip Club Reviews.
crying.
Yes, a lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying.
And before the Bloodhound Gang hits us with a copyright
Oh, they
strike,
wouldn't give a
welcome
fuck.
to the one-star. I've got a lot of these, and there's two that's going to knock Herm on his ass. I guarantee it. So,
All right, let's go.
all right, let's cross the pond. Not the Atlantic Ocean. We're going to cross the Pacific Ocean. We're going to start in Australia at Bar 20 Bar and Strip Club, Sports Bar and Strip Club. I'm sorry, I got the name wrong. They are at 195 King Street, Melbourne, Australia. They have 429 reviews. They have a 4.6 overall review, but you know that's not why we're here. I only have one good review in all of these, and it's not for this one. So we're going to start with GD Mr. Dummy, who left this review 8 months ago for this place. It's got two of Herm's favorite things, racism and a response from the owner. Right off the bat, I'm swinging for the fence. So GD has this to say. Some black girl in that club was being mad annoying, bruh. I was trying to relax after a long day of work with me and my friends, but that blackie kept hitting on me nonstop. The worst club I've ever been to. Fill in the blanks here before I read the response from the owner, because has this guy never been to a strip club?
Apparently not. Or if he
That's
has,
hot.
he has a very weird level of expectation.
I'm just going. You want to go and relax somewhere? Go down to McDuffie's down the road. Strip club. The women are going to approach you, as our owner here has to say. He says, "Hi there, GD. Sorry to hear you did not enjoy your experience with us. Firstly, I would like to address that referring to one of our dancers as Blackie is highly inappropriate. Secondly, slightly."
Just a little, just a tad, a little
That's
bit.
wrong.
You're on the cusp of putting on a hood and burning a cross on someone's yard. This does not fly here.
Yeah.
At Bar 20 Sports Bar and Strip Club. Secondly, approaching patrons to initiate a conversation is what our dancers are expected to do. I also believe you have confused friendly service with being hit on. If you'd like to discuss this further, you can contact us, or you can shut the fuck up. My man. Dude came swinging out of the box. It's Herm owned a strip club.
First of all, we don't refer to my dancers like that. Second of all, shut the fuck up.
Wait until the end, though. I got to give him credit. He was professional all the way to the end. If you'd like to contact us to discuss this, feel free. If not, shut the fuck up.
1-800-EAT-SHIT-AND-LIVE.
There you go. Extension, go fuck yourself. Same club. Oh, God. If I fuck up your name, I really don't care. Sajawal Nisar left this review 3 weeks ago. Worst bar ever. Congested. I'm reading it as written. Congested. And poor security management, forcing to spend money. Racist behavior. We got racism. You just gotta love the racism. So of course,
one is an accusation of,
and the other one was just being straight out racist.
Was just the complainant is blatantly. Do we have more information? Do we have more?
No, but what we do have is a response from the owner.
Yeah.
Hi, Sajawal. Firstly, I want to address. Listen, prick. Hi, Sajawal. Firstly, I want to address your ridiculous accusations of racism by our security. That is completely ridiculous and untrue. You and your group were being highly disrupted by moving furniture around the stage area so that you all could sit right at the front and take up all the tipping seats while refusing to tip or contribute to the business in any way. Furthermore, some of you were using your cameras, phones in front of the stage, which is clearly prohibited. Not allowed. You were politely asked by the staff if you wanted any drinks, not forced, and you all said yo. No, sorry, not yo. Considering that you were close to full capacity, we were close to full capacity, your group was being disruptive, causing the congestion, and he put it in big letters, so this guy realized he spelt it wrong. and constantly using your phones in a prohibited manner and refusing to spend any money. The decision was made to ask you and your group to kindly vacate the premises so we can make more room for our more appreciative patrons. Jen is in the comment section. There was a strip club in Plainfield back when I was in my early 20s, Stars Gentlemen Club. It had that horrible galaxy carpet and no other reviews necessary. We've all probably been there once or twice. I didn't like the club very much, but go ahead.
So Jen, when I first moved in, because I moved to Plainfield in 2005, in the Mohegan section, and I know exactly what you're thinking of. I can't remember the name of it, but it was still standing in 2005, and then about 6. It started building stuff.
Oh, okay. He's frozen again.
Yeah, his.
How am I frozen?
His signal.
Oh, you're good.
You're back now.
If I remember the name of the club, Jen, I'll type it.
I know Stars was Stars at one point, but yeah, you're right.
It became Stars in like 2007, 2008.
Yeah, I DJ'd there.
Yeah, there you go. All right, one more from this club. It seems to be a theme here. Mohammed Amin wants to tell you with 1 star, the manager was rude. The dancer didn't mind, but she judged me on my skin color. Resist manager, don't recommend. Mohammed, got to work on your English, bro. Google Translate is a beautiful tool. You can type in all your Hababi Hajib, and it'll translate to English. We can help you. So we're gonna stick.
Jesus Christ!
All right, we're gonna go to Florida. Yes, I know.
Florida man.
Yeah, Florida man are having problems. One in particular, but we're going to Bear Assets in Melbourne, Florida. They have 3.7 stars overall. Yes, overall in reviews. You can find them at 4020 West New Haven Avenue. All right, you're in Melbourne, Florida, and you're on New Haven Avenue. This is already a recipe for disaster. So, we're not here for the good reviews. So, Brian leaves this review 4 weeks ago. When you guys are about to turn 21 and you're thinking about going to a strip club, don't go to Bear Club. Got robbed and lost my wallet a couple times. All right, I got to stop. You knew this was going to happen. I got robbed and lost my wallet a couple times. Which one is it, Brian? Stars was bought by the owner of Mario's and revamped. It was gorgeous after the rebrand. Jen is a strip club connoisseur.
Yeah, it was. I went to that club a couple times because it was right down the road for me. I'm not gonna lie. It was a nice club.
No, understood. I ain't gonna lie about a titty joint I went to. If I could find reviews on Rose's Cantina, I'd read them. But that's been gone.
Jesus Christ.
Heroin hell is what we called it. All right, let's get back to Brian. He got robbed and lost his wallet a couple times. He can't figure it out. When I was at the front desk giving my credit card to the nice staff lady to get into the club there was a guy next to me who saw my PIN number. When I lost my wallet, the guy found it and used the ATM to take out $4,000 out of my account. He went
that's the story he's telling his wife. That's the story he's telling his wife. Like, oh, bullshit.
The bullshit. Most ATMs won't let you take that out. Like, there's a daily limit.
Exactly.
Like,
there is.
I call bullshit.
Most.
Mm-hmm.
So unless so somebody had to do it before midnight and then after midnight, but usually it's within 24 hours. It doesn't matter.
You guys are burying the lead or jumping the shark.
To know that
understood.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit. We all got banks. We all know how the rules work.
And we've all been to strip clubs.
Can't take out that kind of money. The reason I had to take a checkbook and not just my credit card.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he went to the VIP room when another worker found it and gave me my wallet back. I called my bank and filed a report against Bear Assets Melbourne, and the bank laughed at me. So, Brian, what did you learn today?
I can't imagine why. Well, first of all, how do you lose your wallet a couple of times? You either lost it once.
That first sentence, I got robbed and lost my wallet.
Well, the robbery part is the $4,000. which is
Okay.
the story you concocted for his other half. Where's that $4,000 going? What the fuck is this charge? You don't lose your wallet a couple times. You lose it once, or maybe you're just a fucking degenerate that spent $4,000 at a shitty strip club.
He ain't lying. He ain't lying. All right. No response from the owner. We're going to move on. And this gentleman, review from 8 weeks ago. This is a guy called We Buy and Sell. Not sure what he buys and sells. And he says, what a shithole. Fat girls, and I don't mean thick, I mean rolls. I went in the daytime, and this one nasty skank, Nita, kept hounding me for money nonstop, even after I nicely let her know I wasn't interested. This girl was disgusting, guys, and she was par for the course for this club. Jacked up teeth, stunk of smoke, sounds retarded, and when she speaks, roll after roll after roll. Should have hung up the heels about a decade ago. Keep away, guys. It's a trash club with trash girls who just ask for drugs and money every minute.
Your typical strip club.
I was going to say, first time to a strip club, buddy.
Yeah, you know, big girls need love too, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I was in Walmart earlier today. Big woman. And I'm not talking about, you know, thick thighs. I'm talking about a bigger woman. And
like hetero gravity.
No, not quite. She wasn't riding the rascal. She was walking around. She was mobile.
All right.
But the way she was put together, it was like, damn, that's a good looking woman. It wasn't like her left leg showed up and then 40 minutes later her ass kind of weaved around the corner. This was a well put together big girl. And I can appreciate that. But this guy is expecting Pamela Anderson every fucking time he walks into the club. As my grandfather told me, in not these words, but something similar, we buy and sell. They're not always going to be 10s, bro. They're not always going to be 10s.
Nope.
And you have to get over that, or else don't go back to Bare Assets, Melbourne. So, we got one from Brandon. 1 star. Got one of their $30 specials last night. Got 2 dances, each for me and my buddy. Should have been $60. 2 for 1, $30 special. Okay, I get it. They ended up charging me $120. Spent over $200 in less than an hour. We won't be going back to that place. I'll try Red Leopard next time. And the response from the owner. Hi, Brandon. Sorry you didn't have a good time. And I'm sorry your math doesn't add up. You both had 4 dances, which adds up to $120. But we promise not to be so aggressive next time.
Nah.
I'm going to tell you how stupid you are. And then I'm going to say, we're really sorry. You can go fuck yourself. He was Barack Obamaing the situation. He told you, go fuck yourself, and you were going to enjoy it when you got there.
And ask for seconds.
Right. But Brandon did mention he'd rather go to the Red Leopard. Get in the car, kids. We're going a couple miles down the road. We're going to the Red Leopard. You can find this place at South Patrick Shores, Florida. They have 3.6 review stars overall.
All right.
And, I hope this guy is being serious and not just a troll. But his name is Ido. I really don't care if I'm saying your name right. I highly don't recommend. This club is trash. If you're using your card, you'll be overcharged. The staff pulled a gun on customers and then kicked them out. The place is not safe at all. Not too many hot girls. Only 2. The DJ sucked. It smells so bad, as if every girl wipes from back to front. I honestly don't know how this place is still open. Yep, there it is. The one, and look at Herm. He's like, huh? Right?
So you got, you
got a shitty
Why were you that close? What the fuck?
Where exactly was this, Chris?
Stage, son?
This is
where exactly is this?
the Red Leopard. The Red Leopard in South Shores, Melbourne, Florida.
Jesus Christ!
All right.
This
So
guy just
south of
it from the Outback, and
no, it's south of the Mason-Dixon line. So okay, There is potentially the possibility there's a room full of strippers that like to wipe that way.
Mhm.
I
Throwing
mean,
it up.
it's Australia. I mean, there's a lot. It's
No, it's Florida. You said
Florida.
Melbourne,
Melbourne,
Florida,
Melbourne, Florida.
Oh,
Melbourne, Florida.
I thought it was Melbourne,
We,
Australia.
we just went right down the road from wherever the fuck we were, and we're at the Red Leopard now.
Yeah, the Red Leopard.
If
So,
it was the
yeah,
Death
the
Leopard,
one-
all the strippers have one arm.
Yeah. It's C-section Scoured What Night Wednesday.
That's it, the electric blue, dumbass.
It's Florida. I mean, you have to take into account the demographic of where you are as to what the what's attracted to that.
All right,
You
so let me
know,
just put it to you this way, folks.
The
I grew up
guys that only have 4 teeth, they're not that they're okay with
They're not
no
picky.
they're
not
they're
picky.
okay with no teeth. So
I grew up in Groton around a couple of strip joints, okay? Going to Las Vegas in 2005 and seeing the quality of performer there versus here on the East Coast, you're like going into a different fucking planet.
yes,
Okay.
but beers are
Mhm.
17, but a draft beer is 17.50. That's-
$10. It was $10 in 2005.
Oh,
And you know what?
That's 2005. You're right.
Yeah, just for inflation.
Just for inflation
you-
purposes. Okay.
You know what? It was worth every goddamn penny I spent on them because that was a quality night.
Okay.
So you got your prospective talent is all incumbent on your fucking environment, man.
Yeah, if you go to Vegas, you're getting pretty much the cream of the crop. If you're in Melbourne, Florida, you're getting methane and heroina and whatever bitch comes floating in.
Methany.
Hold on. Can we get methane to the stage and fentanyl to the cage?
Oh.
All right.
Now paging
Santi-
Angela. Now paging
So-
Angela. Can you please come to the stage?
Welcome
Sorry.
to roast beef hour.
It's
Anywho.
pastrami flap Tuesday.
Oh my god. She can give herself a round of applause just by shaking her hips.
It's piss flaps Monday.
Santiago. Santiago sends this one in. This is an unsafe environment. You can watch people fight each other right outside the front door, and security will laugh. The owner will come out and laugh, and then they go on their merry way, won't call the cops, even if someone's lying out there in a pool of their own blood. I've seen it with my own eyes. Bartenders will refuse to give change if they think you're too drunk to notice and steal your money. This is a sleazy place for sleazy people. Anybody? I'll read Jen's comment in a second.
It's a strip club.
Not everybody that goes to the
Come on.
strip club is sleazy, Santiago, but fights happen. Shit happens.
but I mean,
Hermes-
there are different types of adult of gentlemen's clubs and adult places, and regardless of what the name is, it doesn't matter. They're all strip clubs. They're all gentlemen's
Mhm.
clubs. It's all sex work entertainment. So you just got to find. Look, not every club is going to be everybody's cup of tea. You know what I mean? That we don't all drink at the same fucking bar for a reason. We find a bar we like that
Mhm.
works for us. You find a strip club that works for you, and you go there. You frequent it. You find a couple. Not everyone. If it doesn't have to, but then again, it doesn't have to be your thing. But I'm pretty sure I could have a good time in any strip club you drop me in. I'm
Pretty
gonna say
much.
that.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've
used to
seen
have
it.
fun at Juice. I used to have fun at the Log and Lantern and Juicy's and places like that. Because you'll find some buddies your age who are there for the same reason, making fun of the fucking place, and you take it in
Mhm.
stride.
The one
Yeah,
at the bottom of the hill in Groton that was a strip club, then it turned into a pool hall. Now it's like a bookstore. I think it was called
and
the Body.
the Body Shop.
Yeah.
It was the
And-
Body
And then,
Shop.
it was the porthole.
Yep.
It was a porthole. It was a porthole cafe in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and then in like 95, it became. We used to call it Il Shop the Body Shop.
Yep.
Or
I
they
remember
shop the
going
body.
there. I remember going there for my buddy Lee's bachelor party, Lee Davidson. And you go through the door and you pay the cover, and the girl gives you the wristband so you can get your 2 free drinks or whatever. They were really cool about the drinks. And as we're walking in, nice hot girl in a bikini, and Lee walks in first, and I was right behind him, and she looks up and goes, "Oh, hi, Chris." I'm like, "Hey, Wendy, how you doing?" And Lee and Jeremy and everybody in the party turned as if I'm a regular. I'm like, "No, guys, I've seen her with her clothes on. She's a friend of mine." And she gave me the best lap dance that night. I didn't even have to pay her.
So quick funny story about that place. The first time I ever went there, go in with my buddy Mike. We sit down. The girl comes over, the waitress. What do you guys want? I said, I'll take a Heineken. And my buddy's like, oh yeah, I'll the same. Comes back a minute later with 24-ounce Ice House in a can. I was like, that doesn't look like a Heineken. She goes, it's all we got. I said, so why did you ask?
Because she was being a friend, and friends don't let friends drink Heineken.
I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Jen's comment, the first time I experienced a scorpion bowl from Wind Tiki, she went across the street to Mario's. The girls were taking dollars from her underwear by the end of the night.
I wish I was there.
My wife.
Right? Anyway, I got in trouble for years ago for somebody's wife who was a stickler and a bitch and a cunt, and she was moist, and I'm just using all the words to throw off Lynch right now, but a bitchy wife in my circle of friends told me, do not bring my husband to a strip club when you go to the races. We all get to the hotel. Me and my buddy Jason, we're going out to get snacks, and what do we pass first? The strip club. Of course, Jason and I went in. We were the only ones to go in. We told our story, and this wife swore up and down. You brought Mike to that club, didn't you? No, Mike was asleep in the room. Jim was there, our friend Jim Lollimer. Jim was there. He can tell you, dude was asleep. But anyway, we're going to the Paper Moon Gentlemen's Club, 3300 Norfolk Road, Richmond, Virginia. This place has 3.5 stars overall. And first, and it's another Brandon. This one's for you, Lynch, and I wish Marsh were here.
Great. Another suburban white kid.
But this one is 5 stars. And I don't know why. When you hear the review, you're going to ask why it's 5 stars. Brandon says, I really miss the midget they had on Thursdays. Otherwise, this is a great place. With a name like the Paper Moon, they should really consider having Chinese food. Okay, Erm.
Well, he's got a point.
I'm in.
Roll with the team.
Sushi done.
Nothing wrong with that, but this does not sound like a 5-star review.
It smells like fish in here. It's the food. It's not the girls. Keep throwing money.
I like 2 spicy clam.
Hey, you two.
No, the girls. Here. 2 spicy clam.
I'm gonna say, no problem, sir. You two, ladies, come here. This man.
Come here. That's what I was thinking. You want the 2 spicy clam?
You want a spicy
cinnamon?
Clam?
Cinnamon. Destiny. Come here.
Man. That's a. Oh, so you want to eat? I'll put an order in.
Best I can do fried clams.
Fried clams.
Oh, you want fried clams? Mary Beth, come over here. She's been fried since 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Keep reading.
That was it. Why do we gotta?
I don't want to smuggling. Well, go ahead. Looks like she's smuggling. Looks like she's smuggling 5 pounds of chewed Hubba Bubba in her fucking bikini.
I just want to know how he gives 5 stars in this whole thing. He's complaining, except for one sentence. Otherwise, it's a great place.
It had to be a Fat Thumbs mistake, maybe, because I don't know. I don't know.
I didn't hear anything positive.
Maybe he's dyslexic. I don't know. Maybe he thinks 5 is horrible.
James Sterling left this review about 3 weeks ago. I came here trying to spend $2,000. You were trying to spend $2,000.
Wait, you had a goal?
You had a goal.
Well, yeah, he probably had $2,000 in his pocket. That was his money for the night. That's how I roll at a strip.
Okay. I got a girl who was nice but way too pushy, and then spent 2 hours without a single girl coming up to me, even after tipping $50. Don't take your chances here. Dude, you can walk up to a girl as Corey
Oh, I
has
was
shown
gonna
us.
say, I'd have just
and-
gone over and started a conversation with another one I liked and bought another girl. What? I don't understand.
Bingo.
The problem.
Who are you?
I'd have just, I'd have just spent money at another facility. It's not
Right?
that
Who
hard.
are you? I'm Nicole. Would you like to make $100?
I know.
I sure
No.
would. Here,
I like your ass.
come
You wanna
grind my
dance for
shit.
me? I like your ass. You want to dance for me? It's not difficult.
In the comment section right now is Big Kahuna, Matt Sterling. Matt, when this is all over, go back and listen to the reviews that we did from your home country, Australia. Good morning, mate. How you doing, Cobber?
Morning.
Oh, we are worldwide Jones, motherfucker. All right, that's the. I wanted to read those 2 reviews from the Paper Moon, but we're gonna move along. Same town. We're going to
Same
Club
town.
Rouge. This is at 3 South 15th Street in Richmond, Virginia. They have 3.9 stars overall.
All right.
And Joe Liverman
Joe
leaves
Mama.
this review. Went there drunk as fuck one night, and they were extremely rude. Then charged me $2,000 for a 5-minute lap dance, and the bartender was literally buying the bar drinks on my credit card without my consent. Don't know how this place hasn't been shut down yet. Half the other reviews are saying similar things about people being rude, then getting ripped off.
You probably roofie him.
Dude, he admits in the first sentence, I went in there drunk as fuck. Whatever happens after that, Joe,
This
is your fault.
I know what kind of place this is. This is the last stop on an all-night bar run. So
This is where you
Rice.
these guys are used to dealing with fucking belligerent, way overserved drunks. Of course, they're going to treat them like shit because those guys, they're the 6th bar on a night out. It's like the IHOP
asshole, and they make all of you pay.
right.
pretty much.
It's like the IHOP. It's like the IHOP that used to be in Groton. Any drunk sailor or local ended up at IHOP at 3 a.m, getting their bacon, eggs, and waffles.
If not there, up the hill at Rosie's Diner.
Down the hill, Rosie's Diner, and it's the last pit it's the last stop for a night. So
How
of
to
course,
speak
they're all assholes.
Yep. How to
Yeah,
speak strip club.
Yeah, this is
Vagina.
But he's forgetting the rule is that at the last stop, you just spend money there because it's the only way to make the establishments deal with your drunk ass. And that's how we always did it at IHOP. We bought all kinds of food. We bought
Shared it.
continual drinks and food and more food. And they would let us play cards till about 7 a.m. when the morning staff came in.
Yep.
And we had to put the cards away. We didn't have to leave. We just had to put the cards away. But they're fine with it. If you go in and spend money and are relatively coherent, they don't even care if you're drunk as long as you're not wrecking the joint and you spend money, they deal with you. This guy went in probably as a cheap fuck.
Yep.
You got to save money for the last stop. You always save cash for the last stop.
Whereas
And
we've
that's
had
bad
answers
stuff because you throw the fucking waitress a disgusting. There's 5 of you, 6 of you wedged in a booth, and you leave $100 on the fucking table. And that was back in fucking 92.
Yeah, and she just made her nut for the night, making that $100.
In the comment section, in the comment section, many a night was spent at IHOP after going to the club at the base. Jen, when did you frequent the club on the base?
Oh Jesus Christ! We're playing fucking Love Connection here.
No. I don't know how old Jen is, but I'm pretty sure she's close enough in age where we probably passed in the hallway there between the country western side and the club side.
I will say, based on my knowledge, our age-ish, younger.
I used to
slightly.
I used to float back and forth.
He floats with his Wi-Fi too.
His Wi-Fi floats. I never went there.
Really?
To the base, to go to whatever the club was.
Chad and I used to spend ridiculous amounts of time on the countryside.
Never went to the base. Like
there's your answer. 46. There's your answer. And Lynch is gone.
I mean, I've been to Rosie's. Shit, I've been to the Del Mar.
Before it was nice.
But yeah,
Yep, Rosie's, the body shop.
I never went on base to that club ever.
It's not a bad. It wasn't a bad time. It was not a bad time. It's just very unherm-like. I'll say that.
Yeah, I wasn't about to deal with young Navy kids that thought they were badass because they were on the fucking base. I was trying to not get federally arrested.
No, I was just trying to get laid. To be honest,
I
and
had a
there's
tip all
Lynch
the
again.
time about any guy in the Navy and young girls. So
Right. So while we don't have many answers for Joe, we're going to have a lot of questions for Eugene, who left this 1-star review. I don't know where John is, but the service sucks, and y'all need to bring him back. I had so many questions when I saw this review. You're talking about a strip club. Who gives a fuck about John? How are the boobs? What were the asses like? Was the music bumping?
Could be the bartender.
Fuck. Give a fuck about John.
Yeah, but
it's like the one who was complaining about the midget.
Bartender.
Maybe. Michael comes in 2 weeks ago. 1 star. Do not go to this place, people. There are people waiting outside to break into your car. And then there's a picture of broken glass and shit next to his car.
Oh, nice.
Which is invisible that they broke in for, dipshit.
Bingo. All right, let's go north. I'm getting a little warm in Virginia. Let's go north. We're going to go to Detroit, Michigan to Legends. Moist. You can find Legends at 415 East Congress Street.
There's a fucking strip club in every town, in every state in America named Legends.
Well, this one obviously does not cater to certain kinds of people because Adam leaves this 1-star review. Why is there no handicap spot near the stage? I couldn't get within 15 feet of it. Like he's wheeling his chair up.
So, all right.
Go ahead, Lynch.
I mean, I don't understand. Like, is
there like a designated handicap sniffing spot?
I guess that's what I'm asking. Is like every bar I've ever sat at is fucking handicap height. It's fucking it. I'm confused.
Like the old joint.
Like you sit down in a chair at the rail, and her legs are. Like,
okay, I think thinking back,
what does he want, like a ramp up on stage. Like I don't understand.
Thinking back to just places I've been to, the stage usually has chairs around it. Now, there was the one in Providence had bolted down chairs. You sat and they were there and you did your thing. But some had removable chairs. I think that's what Adam's talking about. Why don't they have a spot where I can just wheel my chair up or whatever the fuck he's in and stare at some tits for a half hour?
I'm really thinking that, strip clubs aren't thinking of whether they're ADA compliant or not.
No, they're wondering if
they are. They are is for entry into the place.
Mm-hmm.
Well, once you're in there, you're on your own.
And the table height and there, you know what I mean. Certain things, but then I mean it's width. It comes down to like width of doors, like types of stalls in the bathroom. That's your ADA compliance with stuff like that. Like they need to be able to come in. They need to be able to walk up and order and use things. I don't know if like your own special slot on stage is a fucking requirement, bro.
Right?
Like like, can I get the old chefs with bad knees that have to sit real close because it hurts the spot? I'm just you got in the building.
Please bring Destiny to the stage and Adam to the ramp.
You know what I mean?
Can you push me closer? I can't smell her.
He's not complaining about not coming in. He's not complaining about that his chair didn't fit in a table and he couldn't actually sit anywhere or use the facility. His literal gripe is, I couldn't sit with my between her legs while she danced and that close.
She couldn't shoot ping pong balls into my eye.
What
is that, Lynch?
My man.
I want to smell what she had for lunch.
I mean,
oh my God.
That's the other end, right? And if that's the case, that's the other end, and you're doing it wrong.
Whatever.
Is it fair to say we're not on Adam's side here?
Fuck him.
To a degree.
All right.
I need more information before I can vote for him.
All right. Well, 2 weeks ago, Stefan
Oh,
leaves
this guy's a prick.
this
Douche.
comment. Horrible service, pushy staff, and I'm overall disgusted. Me and a few of my boys went out for a good time. Safe to say the experience was not pleasant. The waitress, in quotes, Tara, was extremely touchy, even after my friend was visibly uncomfortable with her groping him. As we got up to leave, we realized she stole his wallet.
Bag.
Don't come here.
Bag.
Please save your dignity.
Your
stole.
friend is gay. Do you know how
Matt!
I know your friend is
Fuck,
gay?
stop! Time out! Offsides! Clipping! Kahuna! We reviewed Bar 20 at the beginning of the episode. You have to go back. We were literally there. Bar 20 Sports Bar and Strip Club. He's in Australia. It's first thing in the morning. That's awesome, Kahuna.
That's cool.
Just won the fucking day, dude. Dude, okay. My thing is, the girl's touchy-feely, whatever. Hey, we're getting up to leave. She stole his wallet. Either that or he dropped it in the John and somebody else took it. He's just going to blame it on the bartender. That's the story he's going to tell his wife.
I'm going to say that's the lie he's copping to and can show his wife the review.
That's the trend I'm sensing here, Chris, is that most of these 1-star reviews outside of the outrageous ones are all stories that the husband, boyfriend.
I'm not going to lie. The only time I go to strip clubs is when I bring her, and I go to fucking corral her.
Your wife was on fire that night that we went. That was amazing.
My wife has been to strip clubs. My wife has been to strip clubs with me, and it's the same thing. I just kind of sit there and watch it happen.
Let me put it this way: when it's my wife's birthday, there's sex in the champagne room.
Ooh. Well, don't. You know what? I'm gonna leave it there.
When's your birthday?
We're Lynch, get the tickets. I'll get the luggage. I'll drive to the airport.
It's a really tight time of year. It's 3 days after Christmas. Budgets are tight, but yeah.
Ooh.
Not ours. We're going to start saving. We're good. Anyway, Peter leaves the following 1-star review. This was 3 weeks ago. Pretty miserable time here last night. Bought a table to be seated on the second floor behind the bar. Stared at overweight dudes' backs all night. Terrible experience. Charged $500 for a table plus a bottle. That doesn't sound out of the ordinary. Waste of a night and money. One of the dancers came up to the table, laughed, saying, "Wow, they pulled a quick one on you, giving you this table."
Ooh.
Look, you asked for table. You asked for a table service. That's what you pay. Get over yourself, Peter. All right, we're gonna go to Brian, and then we got one more review from Detroit, and then we're gonna take a little field trip back home. So Brian leaves this 1-star review. Stuck up girls, what little they had. The girls are walking on eggshells about the police coming in here often, mostly for drugs. Just not my kind of vibe. Maybe when I'm old and rich. I tipped my waitress $40 on a $160 bill, but I noticed my bill was more because she added a $70 tip for herself. I talked to the manager, Joe. I think it was Joe. He said I had to pay for her, but he would pay for my parking. Great. Thanks for the $10. Food was good, but very costly. Everything was pretty costly. This was a bad time. Again, this is a story you're going to tell your wife. You spent far too much money. You pissed away the mortgage, and now you have to have an excuse.
Typical narcissist, but it's everybody else's fault. Not mine. I didn't do it.
No.
Well,
Like he was threatened to go there.
Go out and do it. It's like, you guys got wigs? Yeah, we got wigs. All right, give me another wings. Maybe the food's look. The place is trying to make money. Nobody. I'll take a order of wings and I'll take this and get some food. All right, and there's your bill. But yeah, just sign it, and that's the stuff, and that's a lot of what happens. Like, you ordered some food. Probably, did you look at a menu? Did you pay attention to prices? Did you know? I mean, because I'm sure they didn't just pull prices out of thin air.
No,
food's expensive, buddy. I don't know what to tell you. You're in an entertainment venue. What do you want?
Well, and there's this wonderful thing called the internet, where you can actually look stuff up and see, like maybe menu prices and how much it costs to go to said establishment. Just
And I mean,
just
we
me being
also
crazy.
know that always doesn't work out that way. You know, sometimes it's just like, where the fuck are we? Where the fuck are we pulling into? What? Oh, I think it's a
Right.
titty bar.
Right.
And that's how your night, and that's how the next 2 or 3 hours of your night's gonna go. Oh,
Right.
all right, I guess we're at the titty bar. Maybe you
Right.
didn't
Maybe
plan
that-
for it, but it does fucking happen.
Maybe that's
But
what
then
happens.
sometimes you
Yep.
then you got to be sitting in the back in the cheap seats. That's what you got to do.
Yep. That's what happens when you pull up to Dream Girls, which is at 980 John A. Papalis Drive, Lincoln Park, Michigan, right outside Detroit. 4.1 stars overall. This was the best 1-star review they had. And this is from Raja. And this came in just under 5 weeks ago, according to this. I am giving 1 star just because of a dancer named Scarlett. We went inside a VIP room, and the fun she... Stop it. And the fun she promised me, she never delivered, and started saying that she cannot do all the things in which she promised me once we got into the VIP room. But she took my money anyway. And before getting inside the VIP room, she took more than what we agreed upon. Stop. No, you gave her more than what you agreed upon. She didn't hold you down and beat you. You were given this bill of goods, and you paid more and more and more. You were buying... Unlike Herm, who bought accessories and will get accessories, you were buying a promise.
I got a receipt.
There you go. Literally, I was robbed. Management, I request that you take the appropriate action on the same other. Dude, you're giving me a stroke. It's not hard to get the club defamed just because of these kind of girls. Apart from this, the club seems to be nice. I would like to praise one of the dancers, Max, as she was a beauty and the nicest stripper I've ever met.
The nicest.
Yeah.
They're all nice when they're,
Of course
they
they are.
tits.
Uh-huh.
Oh, if you give me $50, I'll show you a little bit of my clam.
Do you think for 1 minute when I sat at that cage at the Golden Banana in front of Nicole, and she was nice and she was sweet. She asked me where I was from. She's going through the motions. Yeah, exactly. Jen in the comment section. He paid for hopes. Bingo. I sat in front of that cage, and I knew damn well I was not walking out with her number. I was not walking out with anything. I put $25 on that cage, and she came over, and because everybody else was tipping her one, she gave me all the time. The dudes walked away, and we just started getting a conversation while she's swinging those vinyl boots around, and her titties were beautiful, and I still have dreams about her. Nicole. But anyway, she did not like me. She liked the little dead presidents in front of me, Abraham Lincoln, Michael Jackson, the whole fucking lot. She's not into me. She's into the green. The best is the guy who thinks the dancer fell in love with him. I know a guy, Lee, that did. Oh my God. Lee, thank you. Welcome to the comment section. Appreciate you being here. I had a friend who swore up and down that the stripper liked him. Loved it. Oh, I'm going to nail her. Dude looked like a ferret with an afro. And to this day, he swears up and down, dude, I could have nailed her. No, you could not. The stripper does not like you. She likes your money. There are some strippers that will like you, but not when they're dancing. If you meet her outside and you find out she's a stripper, she genuinely likes you. Get over it. Good call, Lee. Good call.
Well, and I worked at the Del Mar for a period of time, as a bouncer, bar back type thing. Mm-hmm. I got to know one of the girls really well.
Oh, when you in a work environment, yeah.
We became fast friends because she was a total fucking nerd.
Mm-hmm.
Paying her way through nursing school, and she lived right down the road.
But so you're in a work environment.
We started carpooling, and the funny is that I'd sit at the stage, looking like a patron. I'd throw her a $20 bill. She comes back at the end of the set and puts it back down in front of me. And the guys are like, "What's that about?" Well, she's my friend. I
want to do
it just because. No, but if I walk into her apartment to pick her up and she wasn't dressed, she's like all shy about it. Like,
yeah, okay, dude, I get
I've seen everything.
Like when Wendy was working the door, I've seen her with her clothes on.
Yeah, it was an actual friendship.
Yes.
I mean, they do happen. But it
Lee
wasn't
says for
because
the price.
it wasn't because I
Okay.
sat there and put dollar bills in front of her
Right.
for a price you could have
Uh,
nailed her. I mean, we
Maybe.
probably would have. Maybe. I mean, we were cool, but we were like friendly. We were more like kind of like brotherly, sisterly.
Yeah, it's a work
know,
environment. You know,
I was a
I
little
got
bit
girls.
I was like 2
Throwing a
years
20
older than her. You know,
Jen says throwing that 20 in front of her up the ante for the other guys, so it probably made her more money though. I got you.
no,
It was just,
no,
dude.
I'm not gonna lie. That
Herm,
was part of my tactic.
to be very sexy is never free, anyways. Listen to you, Lee. Stop it, Herm. True story, right or wrong. Wherever Nicole went, my eyes went that night. That was to me the sexiest stripper. But you know what? Enough talk. We're going back, baby. We got a couple of recent reviews from the Golden Banana. You heard it right. DB, we're going back to DB's Golden Banana in Peabody, Massachusetts. 3.6 stars overall. This one from a week ago from Joe Carney. During my now, keep in mind, Herm and I have been to this club. Herm and I interacted with the dancers, the bar staff, the owner who was out front, Paulie. We have nothing but good things to say about this club.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah. So when I read these reviews, it's going to be Herm and me that are really going to take these people to task. So Joe Carney says, during my visit there last night, there was one dancer, Summer, and she was a train wreck. It was so embarrassing for another dancer as that poor dancer was on stage and Summer was yelling vulgar language and embarrassing this poor girl. Okay, I'm going to restart this and I'm going to read it with the exact punctuation. So get ready for you to have a stroke. I didn't realize this until I started reading it. Here we go. You take a deep breath. During my visit there last night, there was one dancer, Summer, and she was a train wreck. It was so embarrassing for another dancer as this poor dancer was on the stage and Summer was yelling vulgar language and embarrassing this poor girl, trying to do her performance. And I couldn't believe management didn't intervene as Summer didn't stop during the whole performance. Then I never saw that dancer return from the dressing room the rest of the night. There's the first period in the whole thing. Another deep
periods, man.
Punctuation is your friend, Joe. I thought the Banana was known for their performers and having more class and girls that were more professional than what I witnessed. Maybe it's why it was a ghost town there. If I was the owner, that girl should be fired on the spot because it was uncalled for and very disturbing to have to watch it all go down. That was 2 sentences that worked itself into a whole paragraph. Maybe he did see this. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he's a putz. I'm going to go with the putz. If it did happen, I don't know. But, dude, first things first, punctuation is your friend. Second, if I have to read another review by Joe Carney, I might shoot myself. That hurt to read.
Yep.
I've never...
Pieces of punctuation.
Thank you. We're going to move to someone who calls himself Jesse James. This is from 2 weeks ago. Worst management I've ever experienced. Someone needs to buy this dump and redo it. They wouldn't know how to run a business even if robots operated everything. The bald guy is a clown who disrespects his loyal paying customers. It's a club, not a library. Okay. Someone needs to take Grandpa home and feed him applesauce and tuck him in. Read him a bedtime story. I will never spend another dollar here again, me or my colleagues. It's a shame because the girls were great, not rude like the manager. Usually it's the other way around. I'm guessing, Jesse, you're talking about our good friend Paulie. I say good friend like we went fishing last week. The short little bald guy who greets everybody that walks through the door and he comes around and checks on how you're doing and introduces himself as I'm the owner of this joint. Paulie? That's the least rude person I've ever met at a strip club. Paulie is fantastic. You, Jesse, may fuck off.
That way.
Mm-hmm. Waleed. Oh, God. Here we go. I hope. Okay, never mind. Waleed leaves the following 3 weeks ago. Whoever works the front desk needs desks, plural, needs a lesson in customer service and respect. He was very rude, very unwelcoming, and has an attitude. After asking him a few questions, he got nasty and said, "You have two choices. Either you pay the cover or you leave." So I left. Based on that short interaction, I can only imagine how terrible the rest of the staff is. If this is how they make a first impression to their customers, they failed. Okay. Well, you had a choice. Pay the cover. Get the fuck out. You made a choice. You didn't go inside. You didn't see anything. Your rating is about one dude. And if that dude was rude to you, you earned it. Fuck you.
I've never really met that many nasty people in a fucking strip club before. Usually all the dudes are pretty cool.
Oh, I've met some complete assholes at the front.
Oh,
desk.
I have. I
At the
have.
front doors.
But I met them on the like working at the establishment end where you need to calm the fuck down, dude. Or you're going to make a very serious career mistake right now.
Yep.
And many times we had to call the base police to come get your drunk squids and get them the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Three
more reviews.
They almost committed a felony.
Oh, yeah. 3 more reviews, then we're going to cut out of here. It's 7:15 already. Tinder Sucks leaves the following 1-star review. And
What?
Tinder
That's his
Sucks.
name. Tinder
That's
sucks.
his name. Leaves the following 1-star review. And Herm and I can debunk all but one of these because the first thing he says is true. This is the review of my night, just to let you know about this club. 1, has no food or kitchen. True. They did not have food offerings.
Nope.
2, charges $15 for a beer and you must buy 2 or more or get kicked out. False. While I drank my good fair share of beer, somebody in our party did not drink and was not kicked out. So go fuck yourself sideways.
That's what the cover's for.
Bingo. 3, charges 2 for 60 dance fee minimum. Can't get 1 dance at a time. False. I verified this with Corey, who was the king of the backroom curtain Jones. He said, not true. 4, lame DJ and bartenders and staff. False. The DJ was hot that night. The bartenders were quick to tend to you. There was not a time I walked up to that bar and they weren't right on top of shit. And I watched other people come up and leave quick. They were on top of it. And the staff, they couldn't have been nicer. They loved us. The last one. The ladies are 4 to 5 out of 10. No, they're not. These were probably some of the best stripping ladies I've seen in the Northeast. So
I'd say that's accurate for
Yeah.
4 out of 5s. That's accurate.
I thought I was going to go 6 to 7. I thought some of the girls were great. Some of the girls weren't. I'd put it B plus ish.
Well, yeah, 6 to 7, but I'm 4 out of 5. That's 80%. So
I think he meant 4
No.
out of 5 stars. 4 out of 5 versus a 10. You know what I mean? That's how I'm reading it.
Oh no. Oh well. 4 out.
The way
of
I'm
5.
reading it is low class ladies.
Yeah, but his math doesn't compute though. 'cause
No, it
that's
doesn't.
4 out of 5.
You-
4 out of 5
you also
is a
gotta-
pretty good review.
You also got to consider that job has a very high turnover rate.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
staff
it
isn't
could
gonna
be
the
different.
same.
2 years later, I don't know if I go there again. Nicole is going to be there. Nicole.
Oh,
Right.
no.
Right.
But
The average lifespan of a local stripper is about 2 years.
right.
Yeah,
That's
good
a
review.
long end.
He finishes out with, if that's not enough to convince you not to go here, I don't know what can. So I'm glad you chimed in. Jose, this one fucked with me. And I'm going to watch Herm's eyes if I can while I read this. One day, it doesn't say when this review was left. So one day I was sitting at a table talking to one of the strippers, and all of a sudden a ceiling tile fell down on top of a table next to us. Luckily, there was no one sitting there, and when it did come down, there weren't many customers there at the time, if any. I don't quite remember, but it was quite a scary sight. So I thought to myself, what kind of maintenance do they do in this building? This is your review of a strip club? A ceiling tile fell.
Did you die?
No, that's how you learn. Prick fuck. Did it hit you? No. Did you sue the venue? No. Then go fuck yourself sideways.
Did you die?
And this last review was left ish yesterday by Chris, and he says, fuck this joint, fuck Ebony, fuck Herm, fuck Stat Boy. At least there's Cheez-Its in the bathroom.
Gee, I
There you
wonder
go.
whoever left that review.
Oh, I would never put that on their website. I have too much respect for them. I just thought I'd throw that out at the end since we went back to the banana. But there it is, folks. There are your 1-star strip club reviews, resurrected. It's getting hard to find stuff that has been as funny as the past stuff. And believe me, I'm always digging. So when I do compile another good 20, we'll do this again. And feel free. Look,
It's hard to top Banana C, man.
no, I thought about that.
That is number one forever and ever.
Banana C and the guy who caught crabs on the toilet. Well, I went home.
Yes.
I went, did this, spent all this money, and by the way, I have pubic lice. What the fuck?
I got great news, honey. I brought pets.
Or the one where they brought their grandma for the steak dinner. That
It was a fabulous steak dinner.
yes, and grandma loved it. But you're right. No one is ever going to beat Banana C. I went there for my 9th birthday. I would highly recommend this place for children.
2 thumbs up, man.
That'll be ingrained in my mind forever, especially since we were sitting right down here in the Speedway Review Studios on this little table, and Herm and I, you were in your rehab, and we wish you could have been there, but to watch Herm almost fall on the ground in plots was worth everything that this segment is about.
So how did we end up doing the 1-star strip club reviews? Did we just kind of did it just come up one night?
I can tell you from my end. We had talked when we started the show about Adopt a Felon.
Right.
And then Herm's restaurant won some sort of award. And I went and I looked at the reviews, and there were very few 1-stars, but the 1-stars, it was all like bullshit complaints. And I thought to myself, what if I just look up, and again, Jimmy and James, you stole our gimmick. I said, let me go look around local businesses. And as I'm looking at them, all I saw was bullshit complaints. And I think in talking to Herm privately, because again, you were away, I said, what if I looked up the shittiest strip club reviews? He said, I'm in. And we did it on the anti-Valentine's Day episode, less than a year into our existence. And that's how it started.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if the strip club trip was first or after we started the club reviews.
After, because I think in the first or second iteration of 1-star strip club reviews, Corey texted me and says, hey, I heard you do the review of DB's Golden Banana.
We did a review, and then Corey called us and was like, yeah, we did. It's up here. You guys should come up and do a field trip.
Well, it started with those reviews are wrong. You should really come up and see it. We'll go out to dinner. We'll do this. And I talked to Herm, and you were originally part of the trip, and then something came up and you couldn't go, Lynch. And I don't know what it was, but Herm and myself and Jen got
he went
the
to a concert somewhere. Him and Megan did something that weekend.
Was that the fucking Ed Sheeran show? You gave up titties for Ed Sheeran? You fucking twat. You moist twat.
I am.
Because it would have been like the end of January, right at the last week of January, beginning of February. Because
we did live videos outside. We did live videos. The one live video with Jen. Like, are you ready for this? She goes, oh, sure. I love strip clubs. And I looked around. I'm like, do you hear something? She goes, oh, yeah, Herm's pissing on the other side of the van. Live and in living color on the Dysfunction Junction page. Herm is on the other side of the van pissing himself.
I had to go.
I know. The door was only 40 fucking feet away.
I wasn't going to make it.
I've had moments like that. I'm not going to lie to you.
I wasn't going to make it 40 feet. I didn't. I made it out the car.
I remember standing outside at Motley Crue pregame in like Burns. I'm going to be in the bushes for about 5 minutes.
Cover me. Yep.
I got to piss. Be on the lookout.
Mm-hmm. Cover me. I've had moments like that. Cover me. I went to since you brought roast beef's name up, we went to a country show, and it's in the middle of the show and I don't want to leave. And I looked and there it was like behind us, it started to rain. So a lot of people left. So it was like this wide circle behind us on the lawn at whatever they call it in Hartford now.
Meadows.
And I was not going to make it to the porta potties on the top of the hill. So I just kind of turned around and knelt down and she goes, "What are you doing?" I says, "I dug a hole." "What are you doing in the hole?" "I'm pissing." Nobody's looking. Nobody cares. Their eyes are focused on Luke Combs and Lady Antebellum. My focus is on this little 3x3 hole I dug with my hands to piss into.
There you go.
Which scares me because I've seen people go to shows there and mudslide down the hill. I'm like, you just slid where I pissed. Good job.
Have fun with that. That's like the story Lalomir told when they were at Jimmy Buffett and him and JJ slid down the hill of shit.
Oh God. Jim got me in Jim cockblocked me from getting laid.
I don't think I would never believe that in a million years.
Well, it wasn't for the reasons you thought.
Yeah.
We were at I think it was a Motley show too, and we were on the rail before they put up those seats that you couldn't see over, so you could stand at the rail and see down to the band that was playing. And in between sets, lights are down. He just pisses all over the concourse. Nobody's looking. Who gives a fuck? He just pisses all over the concourse. And as this is happening, these girls that were next to us to my left kind of ease their way over, and we're talking and we're getting friendly. And she looks over. She goes, "Oh my God, did your friend just piss right there?" It's like, "No, he spilled a beer." I covered for him and I still didn't get laid.
Oh,
that was the night.
You live around here often?
Right. That was the night we saw 4 or 5 open seats, and I had told the girls, and Jim was there and a couple other people that we came with, there's like 6 seats, like 12 rows down. When the house lights go down, we're hopping the rail. We're going toward those seats. House lights go down. All of us hop the rail. Then we hear, "What are you doing?" And we turn, and there's a refrigerator with a head coming straight toward us. I did a superfly snooker over the rail, barrel rolled like an army fucking dude. Where do you think I learned it? And I didn't realize until we got back to the car that my right knee, I had cut it, and all down my leg, into my sock, into my shoe was just my own plasma.
Oh.
Small world. Jim's little sister, Kristen, was my best friend in middle school. Kristen's a nice girl. That's where I'll leave it. She's a very nice girl. Swig a beer to her. Anyway. But we're glad you took this trip down memory lane. If you guys have a strip club that you'd like us to review, there's 3 rules. It has to still be in business. That's 1. 2, you have to have visited it so you can verify what we're saying is true or not. And 3, you have to subscribe and share the show to people. We live and die by your viewership. If you're on Facebook, like it, share it. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to the page. Leave a review. Leave us 5 stars. Tell us there's Cheez-Its in the bathroom. Tell us it's great for 9-year-olds. Do whatever you have to do, but we appreciate all of you that have been in the comment section who watch the show all the time, whether you're live or after the fact, because I get a lot of stuff privately. Share it with the show page about how you like the show after the fact, after we've been live. Thank you so much.
Yeah, baby.
Next week, we will have Lynch and Mai's review of the Gene Simmons Spectacular at Mohegan Sun Arena. Thank you, Jen. Get in touch with me real soon so we can do the ticket thing. And we have a pretty good, fun topic that we want to do coming up. Maybe next week, if you guys are in. Goes with the music theme, right?
Absolutely.
All right. If Marsh is here, he can go fuck himself because he's going to just shit on the Bee Gees. Anyway. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Why not?
We love you.
I like pooping on Indy. And Maurice.
Oh, Maurice.
I got a good one for you tonight.
Oh, very nice. Very good.
Oh, good.
I'm about to get canceled. What's the difference between Anne Frank and Santa Claus?
I don't know.
I don't know.
The direction they go through the chimney.
Wow. Wow.
The opinions expressed here by Chris
Wait,
Burns.
The lawyer.
All on him.
Crew.
Where's my phone?
This nigga on his own, ladies and gentlemen. We're just saying.
I got the phone ready to call the
Peace
lawyer.
out.
Herm.
Good night.
Good night. Watch
May-
Speedway at 8 o'clock, please.
May you stay ever moist. in your-
God bless Israel.
Thank you, cunt.
Oh God.